are just kind of taking their time, and they're going to use this.
Oh, dueling rockets coming through. Not finding anything though is Jing, but as he ends up on top of the box, still will find Victor, but it's going to be a massive trade up. NRG starting things off with 2, but now equalized. Devi catches some. The plant still not coming in. Artis instantly headshot. Mind Freak finding it. Just 2 more left to go. He's playing anti-flash, and now it's on Finesse. The IGL, the captain, to try to take us in OT, but Devi says no! You shall not pass this point! Paper X do the impossible!
So today we're going to talk about how Paper X are doing the impossible. They are beating some of the best teams in the world with a sub. And just to really hammer this point home, here's CGRS's VLR page of all the pro games he's played before, okay? Because this is not like, oh, a sub who's got a lot of experience in Tier 1 Valorant. No, he's a content creator, and these are his games. He played with a team called Z11 back in 2022 who couldn't qualify for the Thailand Challenger League. So like Tier 3 Thailand, and he couldn't make it up that stage. Then he played a Mickey Mouse tournament for Xerxia. Then he played 2 show matches, 1 map against Global, which Paper X lost. And now he's playing in Masters Tokyo and is going positive against NRG. So how did Paper X do it? Well, what we're going to focus on today is their attack side, because they basically abused NRG with the same strategy pretty much over and over again. And it took way too long for NRG to figure out a plan. And eventually, the only way that NRG really managed to stop this for the first time was to 4-stack 4 players on B and just hope that they went B, basically, and just give up the A site. Which did eventually work for them, but they struggled with it so much it allowed Paper X to come back in a big way. And we'll start here on round number 14. You can see it's 8-5 here to NRG. They had just won this second pistol round here, but this is a big decision by Paper X because they decide to force. Right, so the second round, they decide to force up and try and, give it to NRG, push their chips into the center of the table, and it worked out big time for them. And this is a crucial, looking back at how close this game was, this is a crucial turning point in the game. But let's take a look at the exec itself, right? The thing that NRG struggled with so much. This one actually starts with a smoke here, and then this harbor cascade coming out so that it looks like a bit of an A hit, right? So that these guys are going to be frozen here just for a bit, as they get the denial of the information. Artis playing Chamber here actually starts to run down long, and Crashies even takes an ult orb as well, and they probably at this point do think it's an A hit. But here's the actual strat itself. It's a 5-man hooker push, which does not happen. This is something that you just don't see. You almost never see full 5 people coming out of hooker. It just doesn't make sense really most of the time, because you have to go past this drop, and particularly when you'll be playing against Viper a lot, you've got this Viper wall coming across, and then you've got to drop down, like, whoa, rough, right? Really, really rough stuff to have to deal with as the attackers. But Paper X, they managed to make it work, and this is almost like so bizarre that no one could ever prepare really for this, and you will have never seen anything like this in your scrims, right? So let's pause it just here so we can see what's going on. So they obviously send the Skydog in to kind of clear hooker for them and come out onto the site, which it will. And then this is kind of a crucial point of utility, this harbor wall that kind of goes across the middle of the site, okay, and kind of splits the site into different parts, right? And this is a crucial part of the utility. They're then also going to send a smoke in here. We're going to get a mosh pit lineup from our friend CGRS that's going to just land in here as well. So they're clearing out kind of the close angle as they drop down. They've got this harbor wall to protect them from people across here, and they're going to take the site. Jing is going to blast back in towards the back site as well just in a second. You'll see him kind of just jump through there. They even put the cove down here to help support their drop and the spike plant in this round as well. And they send a harbor cascade across here. You can see that Crashy's dogs back across. So now, though, let's take a stock of where these NRG players are, because they're probably in positions that, are somewhat fairly normal, right? Artis has managed to push down long here and not seen anyone. And Crashy's is back here towards elbow. But both of these players have a problem. And this is kind of the first sort of genius part of this exec, is that Crashy's now, as the time goes on, has to be worried about both directions. Right? But so does Artis, right? Artis is also worried about being pinched from kind of both directions. So you see Artis trying to kind of push up, you know, to try and, you know, almost get out of this. And he tries to find Mindfreak here. He can't quite find the shot. But eventually what's going to happen is Artis is going to kind of get pinched back upon as we run this forward. So Artis eventually is going to start retreating here, and they are going to see him. Now, you know, they know he's in long after he took a shot there, and they're going to manage to find this kill. Whilst that's going on and the spike is going down, Jing is in this smoke. And the thing about Jing is, he plays like a bronze player sometimes. If you are a bronze player, you'll probably know, you know, that this will happen in bronze lobbies, where people don't care about smokes. People will just push through smokes with no utility. They'll just run through it. You know, they don't, oh, a smoke, it means nothing to me. Jing plays like that sometimes. And it's so bizarre that no pro player is ever ready for it, it seems, because he gets so many kills by just randomly running through a smoke. And here is another good example for you where you can see that the NRG players are like, what are you doing there? Why are you doing this? That doesn't make any sense. And so they managed to get the first 2 kills.
He's got to cover and make sure he does it.
Wingman gonna be planted. Jing goes up hyper aggressively towards.
So let's just pause here as Crashies, after Jing gets the kill and starts to come back, does pick the right direction to go and finds his kill back on Jing just there. But this is the second part about when Paper Rex are playing well. It seems like things are done without communication. Everyone just knows exactly what they're going to do. Because these 3, you can see instantly, oh, we're going to come for you, Crashies. We're going to kill you right now. We're going to re-push elbow straight away, right? And because it's 3 players doing it and they've all got stingers, they're going to find that kill as well. End up in a 4v2. Yes, NRG will start to get a kill or 2, but they will manage to mop it up in the 4v2 and win this crucial round for Paper Rex.
Their spawn does manage to find one, but Crashies up there lap finds one, but as he tries to throw the pop flash, Devi catches him swinging around the corner. This will be a massive response here from Paper Rex. We'll lose out on 3 members, but they will go ahead and turn it right on its head.
And now let's come to round number 17, which is the second round I will show you, but it's actually the 3rd time that they've run this same strat. They did it against Aniko as well, and again, won that round. So let's take a look at this one then, and this one is going to be a slight variation. This one's not going to be exactly the same. The flash comes out here from NRG. You see they have 3 players towards this B site this time. It's not really going to matter, to be honest, because Paper Rex is still going to win the round. But we're about to see, again, a lot of utility. Now, Forsaken was consistently missing this lineup. He missed it 3 times in a row before kind of realizing. But you're going to see that this time they have a bit more focus towards long. So you've got both the dog and the harbor wall still doing the exact same stuff, right? So the dog still coming in, clearing hooker. You've still got this wall going, kind of splitting across the site and, you know, creating that chaos on the actual site itself. But this time NRG have 3 players here, and Som reacts well by getting a molly out here. We are going to get a molly from Mindfreak back here. I can't exactly tell where it's gone. Maybe towards elbow. I can't really tell. But what you're going to see in a second is now they send 3 players in here. They're going to harbor ult these guys, and the pings obviously start going off. So then we're going to get a cascade. We're going to get the boombot. We're going to get a raise nade. And what that means is that they're forced here to TP away is Victor. And that leaves Crashies on his own. And then just the speed that Paper Rex play at. Jing's going to blast back up here, find the kill on Crashies, and they'll get this first kill.
Set up here. Cove spot. Where did that drop? Might be a whiff. Hard to see without seeing the wide angle of it. I think they're going to be forced into the teleporter though by the paint shells, and Crashies caught with util in hand. For a second, it looked like he was going to be able to get out of there with his life. Jump up over the top. Som going to be noted. Near the back of sight. Still though, does find Devi. Jing will eventually take him down. 4v3 as the wingman gets the plan.
So after they trade Som here on the back side as well, we end up in this 4v3, and now they play this pretty patiently and pretty smart. And again, this is when Paper Rex are playing well, right? They know when to be aggressive, but you know, at this moment they managed to curtail the aggression and, you know, have a moment of thought and realize what the best way of winning this round is, because Jing's just going to buy them a lot of time here by just popping the Razor and then just, you know, just sitting there with it and just, you know, obviously, at that point, NRG can't really come in onto the site because they'll just hit the Razor. So they basically just have to wait out the Razor, which buys a lot of time. And then at that point, we're just going to see 1 kill, essentially, from Forsaken here on towards FNS. And then it's going to have to be a save for NRG in the 2v4 because, as we know, retaking this B site is notoriously difficult.
Finesse wrapping around into the back of elbow.
Artis around the other side from Fountain.
Showstopper at the ready. Jing gonna stave him off. Boombot has the call for that assisted clear. It's the wall, just wants to try to get the rocket through, but in the end, not gonna find too much, but it does buy some space. It buys some time, and Finesse bites the dust. Paper X once again bringing it to within one. Artist gonna linger around for a little bit longer, finds Mind Freak. Do they continue to push into him? Looks like the answer is gonna be yes. Okay, they're starting to drift in his direction, but he's gonna pull back. They know that he's gonna be watching the teleporter, so no one wants to challenge him there. They need to hold on to these weapons, but Paper X will fight back.
Well, next little example of it comes 2 rounds later in round number 19. Now, in this one, NRG are on an eco, so obviously that does make it much more likely to have success. And NRG, that, you know, this was them trying to figure something out, right? Again, these two are going to push down long. We're going to get a double TP this time, right? So literally all 5 of NRG's players are going to be within this circle. It's not going to matter, though. It's not going to matter really at all, as you will see, because Paper X, again, it just felt like the NRG players just couldn't get on the same page when it came to trying to deal with this utility. It was like they all ended up disconnected somehow, even though they were all so tightly knit, right? Because again, here you go, you can see it's the exact same stuff going on. These two have pushed down long with the smoke here. In comes the dog here, which means the artist has to retreat just there, and in comes this cascade. You see he's just getting kind of overwhelmed by it, and this time the chamber trip does actually go off, and Victor is about to send this nade in here, but I think as soon as they see the nade, kind of Divine and Mind Freak know what's up, and so they kind of turn and, you know, obviously the TP, they're kind of ready for it as well, and you just see that basically they're just going to get destroyed. Yes, they are on a save, but it seemed like anything that NRG tried, you know, in this case taking the double TP, it just didn't matter.
Actually wants to jump back into this one, looks for the headshot, but CGRS actually draws his weapon back out a little bit too quickly. Swing out of the teleporter, and it's just absolutely stomped into the pavement there. As Victor can do nothing more than get a little bit of damage. The flawless round as Paper X gain the lead once more.
And then finally, let's come to round number 20. And so this is the very next round. And in this one, NRG are only going to have 2 players on this B site. You might think, what are they doing? Well, the thing is, they got a Viper's Pit down long. So they feel like, well, that's going to be a pretty big deterrent. Normally, that stops people coming to this B site. Not Paper X, because again, they just run the exact same play on them. And they just didn't care, right? They just didn't care. And this was just such a massive problem for NRG. So this time they send the Cascade out towards A, again, trying to fake a bit of presence there. You see we get this Viper's Pit in here. And Paper X go, oh, nice Viper's Pit. You do realize that we keep going hooker, right? You do realize that this is our play. And so in they come again, they send in the dog, they send down this wall, and we got Crashies up on this kind of elevated position just here. He's actually about to get kind of trapped almost between 2 harbor walls. As you see, this Cascade comes in. He actually manages to avoid most of the flashes. The problem is the Seekers are coming in as well at him. And so with these Seekers, obviously, like, they know he's here, right? And so, again, he's going to flash. Again, we've got Jing. He's already past the smoke. Just want to point that out, right? We're less than 20 seconds into the round, and he's in Defender spawn. So again, this is just Paper X. They even try and, you know, add in a Brimalt here. So we got a Viper's Pit and a Brimalt, and it's too slow. The Brimalt is too slow for Paper X because they play at a speed that no one else really does. And you'll see from this point on, Crashies, as I said, with the Seekers coming out, he has to try and make a play. The flash comes out. They know he's there. They kill him eventually. Jing's in their spawn. He kills there. And again, it has to be a 3v5 save because, again, even though they got this Viper's Pit down long, it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. They've lost too much of the map already. And this really gave Paper X the, you know, chance to win this game because this was such a massive problem for them. It basically got Paper X back into the lead, this one idea alone. And then they were able to have enough ideas towards the end, towards the A site, to finish it out.
From the site, Orbital Strike does come through. It cuts off Defy as well as Mind Freak, but Jing is all the way into their spawn. Zom Crash, he's taken out. Finesse stranded as the plant comes down back site. And this is completely and utterly out of their control.
They're leaving. They're done.
Yeah, they have to call for the save. They know that their economy is completely and utterly screwed if they die. As we'll take a look back here. Just, oh yeah, all right. He's in the corner. And Jing's in the spawn.
Jing just literally just went right for the spawn and just kept going. There was no halting it.